Like a phoenix from the ashes, I will rise, wiping the dirt from my knees and the tears from my eyes. I will soar like an eagle in the wind. I'll spread my wings as I glide to higher heights. I'm here to win, I'm here to win.
I'm sitting in my car in my pajamas, and I really don't even care what anybody might think or how anybody might feel about it. I'm by myself, minding my business, and literally minding my business. It has been so hard to do this series. So hard. I've been crying every single day, reliving shit. Healing is messy. And I'm on my way there, but I'm not there yet because I'm still hurting. And this is hurt that has built up and been harbored and harvested and grown and sat dormant for years and years and years. This stuff really spills over into other areas and aspects of your life. I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to give you some real solid examples of how that happens. When you're not healed and whole, you choose men as lovers to have children with who are abusers in one way or the other. Not because you deliberately set out and seek that, not because you attract what you are, because that's not entirely true either, but because it's what's familiar. And when you've never seen what a healthy relationship looks like, and you've always been around dysfunction, that is what you are familiar with. And so that is what you kind of draw or seek, not because that's who you are. Because a lot of times we attract broken people when we are healers. We attract hurt people when we are healers. I know myself that I am a healer, but I am hurt and wounded myself. So I have to be careful with the energy that I take on. I look back in retrospect over my life and I see, so many broken places that have always been in need of resolution, have always been in need of healing. And it's so unfortunate because I have sons by men that I would never want them to grow up and become. I have 2 daughters by men I would never want them to fall in love with. And mother is God in the eyes of her children. So what type of example have I set? All because I was never healed. I was never made whole through my healing. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Why healing is so important and so imperative, and how being unhealed and hurt and broken spills over into other areas and aspects of your life. Stockholm syndrome is when a person is in love with their abuser. It's not always physical. Abuse that is of the emotional nature is the longest lasting form of abuse ever. Being in love with a narcissist, oh my God, let's not even go in on that. Narcissistic sociopaths, man. And it all comes back to me, my choices, my decisions, and I totally take full and complete responsibility for it. And that is why healing is messy, and that is why it's not cute, and that is why I am outside in my pajamas, in my car, fighting my demons and my emotions, battling my choices and my decisions, taking a long, deep, hard look and stare into the mirror, looking at my ugliness, my faults, my shortcomings, my flaws. It's time to heal. I do believe that God is a God of balance. Everything that was created in the universe has a balance. The sun for the day, the moon for the night, the woman, the man, right, wrong, good, evil, black, white, everything, up, down, everything has an opposite. So what I am believing and what I am confessing and professing and speaking into my life and over my life right now is that just as much dark, just as much bad as I have always experienced and had in my life, I am walking into, I am setting myself up for, I am doing the work to reap the benefits. Because God is a God of balance, right? God is a God of balance, right? So it's got to be just as much good coming as I have endured bad, right? Dealing with unhealed stuff, unresolved stuff, issues, dark stuff that people are uncomfortable talking about, that people want to pretend never ever happened. It's not pretty. It's waking up and looking for the wine. Where's the wine? Because yeah, wine was for breakfast today. Wine was breakfast today. It was. And I'm just being real. I never said my shit didn't stink. I never said I was perfect. I'm telling you, like, for real, like what it really is, what it really looks like. I don't have a therapist, so I am creating my own therapy. You know, again, I've never been to school for this. I have experienced a lot, and I am using my experiences to help and to heal myself and hopefully others as well. I had to call my sister. I had to talk to my sister. And she told me that she had to ask God to give her the words to say. I thank God that we are on speaking terms again, because at one time we weren't. But God is able to mend and to heal all things if we just allow him to. Her to. Whatever you see God as. No. It's difficult to deal with this shit. And I'm sorry, but to deal with this crap, it's hard. It's messy. It's painful. It's emotional. You have mood swings. You don't want to always be bothered, you know? Battling. You can't run, hide, or escape from yourself. Because everywhere you go, there you are. Somebody told me that. Like, you can't run from you. Oh my God, that rings so true. I have had periods of times in my life where I was under such a heavy and concentrated amount of stress and turmoil that I didn't sleep for days. Do you know what that looks like? That looks like hallucinations. That looks like seeing shit that ain't there. Sorry, not sorry. That looks like seeing stuff that's not there. I mean, seriously. Sleep deprivation is not a game. And I'm not schizophrenic or bipolar. I don't have a mental illness. Trust and believe. I've gone and been checked on more than one time, because at certain points in my life I felt like something has to be wrong with me. I have to be losing my mind. But by the grace of God, I have been kept. At least that part, I have been kept. But yeah, I've questioned my own sanity. I've gone through and endured so much in my lifetime. And I'm so grateful that I am still present psychologically. Though, again, I have definitely questioned that at times. I have had moments of temporary insanity. I have. And I don't think that anybody who has gone through a fraction of what I have in their lives hasn't. Honestly, I just really want you guys to know that this is not for pretend. Like, this is real. This is real. This is my reality, and this is what I'm dealing with dredging up these dirty little secrets and dealing with these dirty little secrets, trying to the best that I can without any professional help. It looks like I'm definitely ready to face it, as hard as it is, so that I can heal, because I don't want to be unhealed anymore. I don't want to make decisions based on pain, and I no longer want to live in survival mode. I want to actually live. I don't want to just exist, always just surviving. And I no longer will allow my pain to spill over into my choices and decision making when it comes to men in my life. I remember having a man, a boy, a soulless creature with a penis that I confided in, because you are supposed to be able to confide in the person that you are sharing your DNA with intimately. You should be able to confide in a person that you are exchanging not only DNA but spiritual ties with, because every time you sleep with a person, you are getting a spiritual deposit as a woman left from them within you. I confided in him about my past, and this is about to get explicit, so if you have children, this might be a time for you to use your parental guidance. It's strongly advised. We were in a fight one time, verbal fight one time, and he said to me, "I wonder how many times such and such effed you in your mouth." This was something that I told him about my childhood. I wonder how many times your such and such effed you in the mouth, is what this man who told me that he loved me said to me during the course of a disagreement. What type of person takes sexual abuse and throws it up in your face? What type of man takes your experiences with incest and sexual abuse and throws it up in your face? What type of broken woman goes back after having that said to her? When all you've been around is dysfunction and abuse in your life and in your household, when you grew up watching and hearing your mom being verbally abused by your dad, who also said those words, "I love you," when all you've ever seen are broken and abusive relationships, you tend to look for what is familiar. You understand? As dysfunctional as it is, as hurtful as it is, as unhealthy as it is, you tend to look for what is familiar, especially if you don't have a person to show you different. You don't have examples of difference. My grandfather used to beat the hell out of my grandmother. My oldest memory of my grandmother was going to visit her in the hospital when my grandfather took his fist and knocked her eye out of socket. You heard me correctly. So I couldn't get it from my grandparents. I didn't get it from my parents. I wasn't around my aunts and uncles enough to see. But those were the examples that were set. Those were the examples that were set for me. And I was a child with unhealed, unresolved issues. So I looked subconsciously for what was familiar. Okay? Subconsciously. I've never been loved properly. Never been loved by a man properly. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please go back and watch the other episodes on my series, Generational Curses, Sexual Abuse, and Incest. Please like, share, and subscribe so that you can get the notifications whenever I post a new video, so that we can truly do this work together. Please take everything that I said to heart. Please apply it. Please don't allow what I'm doing to be done in vain. Let's heal together. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at talkswith_Erin, ERIN Monique. I love you to life. Let's heal together.